folks, welcome in. 7 Rivers Racing, KQE GTV. I'm Dan Diker. It is finally here. Feels like it's gone a long time since we've had any kind of asphalt racing at La Crosse. What we have, it was Oktoberfest because the Frostbuster got rained out. We took a couple of weekends off, and our official opener is this Saturday night at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. 4 divisions. We're going to have the NASCAR late models, the Grand National Sportsman, Thunder Stocks, and the Hornets, all out at the La Crosse Speedway. Qualifying starts at 6:15, which you can watch at kqegtv.com. You can watch the live stream and live qualifying. Jesse will be giving you the qualifying Saturday night at kqegtv.com. Click on the La Crosse Speedway banner, and you can watch the live qualifying. So we want to tell your friends and neighbors about that. Annual Queen Bees race, a race for ladies, is also Saturday night at the La Crosse Speedway. And the novelty race tonight, second over the line. That's always a fun one to call, too, because everyone's hard charging right when they come out of turn 4. Bring the kids up. Pre-race kids rides at 6:45, brought to you by KQ98 Radio. And get signed up at the souvenir stand about 6:45, and you're going to have a chance to get your child on the racetrack to run around in a Hornet or a Thunderstock or maybe a Sportsman. Practice starts at 4:45. Grandstands open at 6. Qualifying at 6:15. Racing is at 7:30. Visit lacrossespeedway.com for more information. Looking at WIR, Wisconsin International Raceway last week in the Tundra Super Late Model Series. Got race number 1 of a whole bunch of racing in this summer last weekend. And it was Florida's Dalton Zier that came out, held on for the victory with the Tundra Super Late Models for the 2nd season in a row. Win was Zier's 6th career Tundra victory in 16 starts. And that could be, he's driving for WIR-based Chase Motorsports, a win for the Tundra title and maybe a run for the weekly title for Dalton Zier as well. Chase Motorsports power plants, B&B race engines, they did qualify and get into the 2nd spot, but we do mention that because B&B owner Bruce Mueller passed away last Sunday morning. When it was a fitting tribute to a local racing icon. And Tom G ended up 3rd, a strong showing for that WIR local, who's also going for Rookie of the Year. Due to passing points and bonus points from qualifying, Bobby Kendall, who took 2nd of the race, he's now leading the points. 125-point outburst is the largest by a Tundra driver ever under the current point system. Next race for the Tundra Super Late Models is Monday, May 26th. Yeah, it's Memorial Day Monday, and that will be at the Golden Sands Speedway in Wisconsin Rapids. And if you want more information, check out TundraSuperLates.com. Mississippi Thunder Speedway, race number 2 got underway last Friday night, and a great attendance and a great car count once again. 23 super stocks, $400 was the winning event feature winner's money. 2nd place took an extra $200 and $100 for 3rd. Kurt Myers mastered the field. He claimed the $400 bonus money. He wins the super stock feature. Tommy Richards and Bang Henke also took the extra cash, rounded out the top 2 and 3. USRA Modifieds, $100 bonus there from Weir's Machine. Went to Lance Hofer, the number 11 driver. Won in a very nice fashion on the dirt track last weekend. Joe Alberts took a 2nd in that race. He held off 2 former track champions, which was Josh Angst and Cool Hand Lucas Schott. John Van Minsel's lucky nickname is Lucky, and he needed that Friday night as he got himself a win in the USRA B-Mods at MTS. He beat former track champ Jacob Blease and Alex Williamson. All 3 drivers held the lead on that one there, swapping leads many times over that 20-lap feature event, and congratulations goes out to lucky John Van Minsel. Opening night, 600-mod feature winner Bob Cizeski won again. He's won 2 straight now, and he's doing it in big fashion. Last Friday night, Bob Cizeski won his feature, starting in position number 13. Now, the 600 mods are going to take this weekend off, as we were telling you a couple of weeks ago, and you'll hear more about it with John Radtke in the program today. They are now a part, they're growing so big, they have their own series sponsor, and it's a liquid nitro energy drink. It's now the 600 Mod Touring Series. And for their first event this year, they'll be at the Fayette County Speedway in West Union, Iowa. And that'll be 4 nights away from MTS this year. And that is thanks to them picking up a series sponsor. So that 600 mod class is growing by every single year so far. Danny Richards, George Richards, they both put your Richards family into the victory lane, with Danny winning the Wissota Street Stocks and George winning the MTS Pure Stocks. The first of 4 appearances of the Midwest Poker League 4-cylinder Flyers is this Friday night at the Mississippi Thunder Speedway. If you haven't heard, myself and Dan Bailey, the other announcer at the Mississippi Thunder Speedway track, we're going to flip-flop racing this year. John Radtke built us a car, and I had a chance to take it out for the first time in 10 years on a dirt track. We've got some video that late model driver Travis Christensen took me. This is the first time that I was out, so this is my warm-up lap before the green flag drops. And it was very interesting because, yeah, I felt like Dan in a sardine can. And everybody there at the track said, yeah, they knew who that was because they couldn't see the top of my helmet. You know, 6'8" crammed into a Honda is not the best. So I took some things away from rewatching this video from Travis Christensen as I was really kind of watching what kind of line I had. And John Radtke said, well, when you drive this track, you're going to want to kind of drive it low. And, you know, get into some of the soft spot areas as you can as the green flag drops right here. And kind of putted around the corners and start things off. Went a little bit too high, got a little bit wobbly right there. Wasn't too close to the wall. And if you'll notice, all my laps, I never got up close to that wall like Dan Bailey did. He's done it before, I never have. Until I really felt comfortable on my third session out. And I was shaving off about 3 or 4 seconds each time I was going out. And this is, I think I did 3 laps here. It's either 3 or 5, something like that. And here I got on a little bit more, and that's where you want to gas it. Got a little bit wobbly. But all in all, it felt really cool to kind of be out there in that 3/8 mile. It's a very racy track. It's a lot shorter than you would think, and it's very racy. Got some ruts there between turns 3 and 4 that we found out later on in the night that you had to drive over the top of or underneath. And I felt good when I went out the 4th time. John Radtke went out. Fletcher Moline from the La Crosse Speedway, also going to run up here in Mississippi Thunder this year. He came out, and Hunter Nelson came out and ran his car as well. And I got passed by only Radtke, and he even admitted, you know, that guy's got several track championships, even admitted that I may be able to maybe not win a race, but at least maybe not finish in last place this year. So I want to thank late model driver Travis Christensen for taking the video. He'll be on the program here the next couple of weeks as well, powering his number 38 late model at the La Crosse Speedway. And, well, we're going to see what happens. And now when Dan and I race, I'll race the first night and the third night, the first and the third. And then Dan Bailey is going to run the 2nd and 4th night because we're only going to be on the schedule 4 times this year, possibly going full-time next year at MTS. And kind of nervous to see what happens on my very first race coming up here on Friday night. We do expect a huge Hornet turnout. Drivers from the La Crosse area, Sparta, Toma, Kendall, La Crosse, West Salem, Alaska, even at the Upper Iowa Speedway. Some drivers that used to run Hornets at Mississippi Thunder Speedway have committed to come back out again. And even some B-Mod drivers that own Hornets are going to try to come back out and bring theirs too. So we'll let you know next week in the program if I have any casts on the arms or the legs or maybe a neck brace and see how well I do. And we'll give you some recaps then. We'll definitely try to get you some video of that as well. Coming up on the program, something we didn't get a chance to do when we had Matt Henderson on a couple of weeks ago. We had the big Christmas event with the La Crosse School District this year where they came to me and said, hey, we want to do something for the community for Christmas. That was it. They kind of laid it all in my lap and said, what can we do? Well, we ended up getting all kinds of donations from Ultra Federal Credit Union, the La Crosse Firefighters Union, several other entities buying food and whatnot, and delivered them to a less fortunate family here in La Crosse. And the video we got was just simply outstanding. Didn't even know we were coming. Here comes Matt Henderson's car around the corner in the snow. Radio station vehicles, TV stations were there, and we're going to show you some of that video coming up on the program today. Also, John Radtke, multi-time track winner in a Hornet class on both dirt and asphalt, is going to join us. He'll be running Toma this year. He'll be running La Crosse this year. He'll be running Mississippi Thunder this year. I think he's also going to run Upper Iowa Speedway and then racetrack, I think, in West Union. So watch for that coming up next on this edition of Seven Rivers Racing here in KQED.
Get ready for the Thunder!
The Mississippi Thunder Speedway.
Your Friday night racing destination.
Every Friday night.
Super stocks, modified.
600 mods.
Pure stocks, street stocks, B-mods.
It's racing excitement, dirt track style. Tickets $12 for adults, $10 for seniors. Students free with an ID. And this year, kids 17 and under free with an adult admission. Friday night racing starts at 7.
Bring on the Thunder!
Dirt track style at the Mississippi Thunder Speedway.
Highway 35 just north of Fountain City.
Some of the best moments in life happen at home. American Standard Heating and Air works smarter to make them all more comfortable.
For a limited time, save over $600 on select American Standard systems. Call now for details.
Holman American Legion Post 284. It's all about veterans' rights, quality of life. The Legion belongs to the veterans it serves. The American Legion supports Holman High School sports and local NASCAR racing. Did you know the Legion is open to the public? Stop by for a cold one. Tuesday lunch is a home-cooked meal. Supper is Buck Burgers. Thursday, it's tacos. They can be the place for your wedding reception or meeting. Holman American Legion. It's for veterans and for the people of Holman.
At Cousin Subs, we never settle for good. We always strive for better. Since 1972, we've been creating our signature Deli Fresh subs. We start with fresh bread that's baked every day. Then we freshly chop vegetables and slice the meat daily. It's how we do it and always have. Why? Because you deserve better.
Seven Rivers Racing, KQE GTV. Good afternoon. I'm Dan Diker. No, Cal, leave the music exactly where it is. It's kind of a different setting here. We're not at the Crosse Speedway. As you notice behind me, we've got quite a bit of snow on the ground right here. And late model NASCAR driver Matt Henderson, the 33, joining me as well. And kind of a different scenario of what we do during the off season here. And we've had a really interesting Christmas time here, especially for a family, as we're taping this here at Summit Elementary School on French Island. Matt, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for putting this all together and having us tag along.
Well, it's kind of funny what you're going to see here. We're going to tape this whole event. What's going to happen today is Tom with Henderson Motorsports approached me about 3 weeks before this shooting and said, hey, Henderson Motorsports wants to do something for the community. What can we do for the holidays? So I kind of sat back and thought for 2 hours, and I thought, well, if we're going to do this for a family, I want to get a hold of Sue Peterson with the La Crosse School District. Of course, I cover the district with Midwest Family Broadcasting. And everything just kind of fell in place. So we got a family, a mom, and 4 children. Jesse can get them. Santa Claus is here standing by as well. And Henderson Motorsports, not only a part of what we're going to do, but what comes out of the back of this trailer. Explain what we're going to do here.
Well, I'm going to get our race car out, and we're going to have a little train going on here. And I'm going to lead the pack over there to deliver some gifts and some good things to this family, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
And hopefully it's going to be an annual thing. Ultra Federal Credit Union came to me, donated some money, went Christmas shopping for this huge family of 5. I've got everything packed in the back of the Wisdom vehicle ready to go. And then all of a sudden Henderson Motorsports donated some money as well. Not only is this family going to be getting Christmas presents, but they're getting an entire Christmas meal.
Yeah, they should be good to go. They should have the meal, their gifts. For us, it's all about the fans, and we just wanted to find some way to give back to the fans. And to do this for his family is pretty cool, and it's a lot of fun. So just to get out here, promote racing, help out a family, it doesn't get any better than that.
You've got a family, you've got children, I've got a family, I've got children. We've been fortunate throughout the years to be able to supply the stuff we want to for the holidays. Maybe not everything, but nobody can really do that. Everybody already knows what this means to me. I think that this means a whole lot because there's been times a long time ago where my family was not in the position we are now. What does this mean to the Henderson family itself?
Well, like I was saying, it just makes me smile. We get to go out there, help out a family, just to see their smiles. It's really going to mean a lot. And I just can't thank everyone enough who's helped put this deal together, and hopefully we can keep her going. This is year 1, so hopefully next year we'll be able to do it again and continue on with this.
Of course, got to thank Ultra Federal Credit Union, got to thank Henderson Motorsports, Midwest Family Broadcasting, Classic Rock 100.1, one of the biggest sponsors on Matt's late model ride. Talking about the late model ride, do you know what the schedule looks like for Henderson at the racetrack this year?
We don't yet. Obviously, you got the new job and all, so it's probably going to be a lot like last year, but now that I've been with the company a little longer, maybe I can get a few more nights off, and I'd really like to run the whole season and go after a championship. But for now, we just got to play it by ear, and hopefully within the next year or two we can get out there full time again.
No, he's always in the hunt, and he always wants to get back at the Crosse Speedway, and we sure like to see him run full-time if it gets a chance next year. Matt, on behalf of Midwest Family Broadcasting and KQEG-TV, I greatly appreciate Henderson Motorsports coming to me with this idea and getting everything together. I think it's time you get in the race suit because we're going to go play Santa Claus.
Sounds like a plan to me. Let's do it.
We're here when the sun rises. And when the bread rises too. And we're here slicing a deli fresh every day. And every morning, we're chopping it all up. Why do we put so much effort into making it fresh? Because you deserve better.
Holman American Legion Post 284. It's all about veterans' rights, quality of life. The Legion belongs to the veterans it serves. The American Legion supports Holman High School sports and local NASCAR racing. Did you know the Legion is open to the public? Stop by for a cold one. Tuesday lunch is a home-cooked meal. Supper is Buck Burgers. Thursday, it's tacos. They can be the place for your wedding reception or meeting. Holman American Legion. It's for veterans and for the people of Holman.
Some of the best moments in life happen at home. American Standard Heating and Air works smarter to make them all more comfortable.
For a limited time, save over $600 on select American Standard systems. Call now for details.
Get ready for the Thunder!
The Mississippi Thunder Speedway.
Your Friday night racing destination.
Every Friday night.
Super stocks, modified,
600 mods.
pure stocks, street stocks, B-mods.
It's racing excitement, dirt track style. Tickets $12 for adults, $10 for seniors. Students free with an ID. And this year, kids 17 and under free with an adult admission. Friday night racing starts at 7.
Bring on the Thunder!
Dirt track style at the Mississippi Thunder Speedway.
Highway 35 just north of Fountain City.
Hi, folks. Welcome in Seven Rivers Racing, KQE GTV. I'm Dan Diker, Dan Bailey, my co-host, as we are doing a lot of things here at the Mississippi Thunder Car Show and a swap meet, getting ready to kick off the dirt track season. We're going to talk dirt and asphalt with our next guest right here because he's going to do it on both this year. And when I say do it, I've seen what this guy does. First race at Crosse Speedway last year, he put his stamp on, got a feature win. I mean, everybody go, wait a minute, who is this guy? As he was coming from the Upper Iowa Speedway, John Radtke. Hey, nice having you on the program, buddy.
Thanks for having me. It's fun. I'm having a blast so far at the show here.
Well, this is going to be a real interesting year for you this year because I knew you were going to do lacrosse this year.
Yep.
I knew you were going to do Toma this year.
Yes.
Now you're going to get your feet muddy again at MTS.
Yes. We're actually going to come up and we're bringing it back there. We struck a deal and we're going to have the 4 cylinders back there.
When Bob Tim hit me here about 4 or 5 months ago and said, hey, let me ask you a question with the people you know in lacrosse and some of the Hornet drivers that you know, some of the younger guys, what would you think about trying to get a Hornet class back at lacrosse? I said, I need to make one phone call, and that was to you. And I said, John. And after about 2.5 months' time, we let Dan in the conversation here, and not to say you weren't part of it, but it took a lot of footwork, but a lot of conversation, and it looks as though we're going to have a huge Hornet class this year.
Yeah, it's exceptional. I was really surprised how much response there was. We're looking 20 to 30 cars.
And it's not the 8 or 9 that are outside. After talking with you, even Lance Hoffer used to run Hornet cars as well in Mississippi Thunder. These guys were saying, hey, wait a minute, I want to do this. Can I do this and run a B-mod? Well, nobody said you can't.
That's right.
And then you have friends of friends that used to do this years ago up here, and I'm sure you remember a lot of names that we're going to be seeing coming back this year. I think this could be a very strong class.
Yeah, there's some of the response I got is the guys that used to run there and were sad when it went away, and they're like all of a sudden getting excited. And they're bringing some cars out from the mothballs. They're drawing a few cars in from some other areas. Some people are going to be surprised at what cars are going to show up.
You know, I'm curious, as you put together this series to come up to Mississippi Thunder Speedway for this year, a lot of the guys who are going to be coming with you have spent time down on the asphalt, and they're going to continue racing on the asphalt this year.
Yep.
What sort of differences are you guys looking at? What sort of changes are you going to need
and
to
make? The reason we're asking is because he built our Hornet car, so we're trying to learn as we do the show, too.
Well, there's some subtle differences. A lot of it has to do with your tires. But there's some camber issues and a little bit of caster issue that you have to change, depending upon your car. Without giving away a couple of trade secrets that I have, you know, you don't have to adjust a lot, but you have to make some allowances for dirt. You know, the other thing is you have to really free up the car. For dirt, it has to be free. I'm a personal driver where I like a car really tight. So on asphalt, I like a tight car. And so it's hard for me to go from one extreme to the other. But we found some ways to do it. We drive Hondas. I love the Hondas. They're good for that because you can switch them over in 20 minutes and have a car from an asphalt car to a dirt car.
Have you had some of the other drivers asking you advice?
Yes. I help them some. Part of this,
some.
Well, the thing is that it's a learning curve, and you want to be friendly and help everybody, but at the same time, you don't want them beating you.
Right, exactly.
I hate to say that, but that's part of it, and that's where the trade secrets come in.
And I think it's going to be interesting because when you say former Hornet drivers that used to run dirt are going to come back and run this year, you also are part of that mix because you ran Upper Iowa Speedway for many years.
Yes, yes. And that's the thing, and some of the guys from down in that area were like, wow, all right, this is great. Oh, we're going to come. And so I've gotten, my Facebook has just been blowing up with that. And everybody's still asking. They're like, okay, when's it going to start? And we're getting the schedules out now and getting things rolling.
Now, the other interesting thing is you're going from quarter-mile asphalt or dirt tracks to a 3/8 mile at Mississippi Thunder. Now, that's going to make you look at your race program in a whole different manner because you're on the big track with the other big cars.
See, and that's one of the, and I hate to give this up before they find out on the track, is one of the advantages that I have is I run the quarter mile there, and it's a small track down in Decorah, but I also race on the 5/8 track and the half-mile track. So I've got an understanding of a larger track and what I've got to do. And I also have got the car a little bit more set up for the higher speed that I'm going to need to work this track.
How do you learn a line at a racetrack you've never driven before? Because you're going to have to do it in the quickest of manners because you're going to have 20 to 25 other drivers breathing down your neck that have already raced at Mississippi Thunder. How do you learn that line?
A lot of laps in a hurry. You go out there and you sit in that seat and you drive them. And you just drive a line, pick a line, you run it for 5 to 10 laps, make a little adjustment, see if it would come better, otherwise pick another line. And you have to do that. You have to be consistent. The biggest thing about picking a line is being consistent and try to be true to where you get into it, where you let off, and stick to the line. That's how you're going to know which is best.
Let's talk about the four-cylinder Hornet division for a while. What are your feelings about where that class of racing has been in the past, where it is now, and where it might be several years down the road?
Well, it started out that the four-cylinder was a novelty event. That's all it was. It was there to fill time. Then it went to, okay, we can't really afford to run the big cars, so now we're going to run these little cars because we get more bang for our buck. But now you're seeing it grow into four cylinders are being built like A mods and B mods. Now they're putting money into them, and you're coming into a Pro Stock Series four-cylinder. Down the road, I can see pro divisions of four cylinders. You've got your mod lights and your 600 mini mods. I can see the four cylinders getting to that.
The cars themselves, how do they take to the racing series? Do you feel like it's a very, I don't want to use the term easy, but do you feel like it's a convenient way to transfer a car from the street to the racetrack?
Yes. Yes, it's the easiest of ways. You don't have to build it, you just have to reapply it. I guess is the easiest way to explain it. There you go.
Well, John Radtke has been our guest out of Radtke Racing. He's got a whole bunch of cars in his stall. You're going to see him at Toma this year. You're going to see him at the Crosse this year. You're going to see him slinging dirt up here at Mississippi Thunder this year. And we really got to brown nose this guy as much as we can because, again, he built our car. And we can't wait to get that thing on the track on Wednesday night. Good luck in all your racing ventures this year. Now, we're going to get you on right towards the end of the year to find out how you did at all three tracks.
Yeah, we'll get a rundown of everything we did this year.